today we're making pork chops and gravy. You don't want to
Whoa.
What you doing up in here?
I heard pork chops and the gravy. Now, you know how I do it, Auntie?
Come on, Aunt.
You know what I mean? I see what you're doing. They got my name on it.
They got the bones and everything.
That's right. Hey, I tell you what. I'm finna let you do you. I'm finna go over here and finish reading this book.
When I finish, will you taste test for me, bro?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, word. Let's do this, fam. Y'all pray I get it right. Uncle's coming. All right, y'all. Now, first thing we're gonna do is I want you to see what kind of chops we're using. When you're making pork chops and gravy or smothered pork chops, you want to get a good, nice, thick cut, not the real big ones that you stuff, about 1 inch, and you want to have the bone because that bone's gonna hold on to that flavor. You know what I'm saying? Now, since Uncle's coming back to try these, I'm gonna use that level up seasoning. You know, just try to get a few brownie points. But honestly, this is really good. We're gonna do a real simple seasoning on these both sides. Then we're gonna dip them in some flour. Seasoned flour, of course. We're gonna put some of the level up in the seasoning in the flour. These are gonna be good. I love pork chops. There we go. All right, just a quick season. Now I'm gonna go over here to my flour, okay? Just a little bit, and I'm gonna just mix some seasoning in the flour because you wanna have flavor on every single layer. Amen, church? Amen. Now see, that was me testing to see if the oil was ready. I did that on purpose. See there? Oh, look, just about. So what we're gonna do while we're waiting for that oil to finish getting nice and hot, we're gonna dip each one, just dredge, a simple dredge in here. We're not trying to fry them. We just wanna get a little coating on them so they have a little pretty brown, you know, see there? That's what we want, okay? Okay, our oil is hot enough. Look at this. See how I did that little sizzle? That's how we know it's ready. We don't want this oil to be too hot because if the oil's too hot, you're gonna fry them too hard. We're not trying to do that. Lay them away from you like I just did, and you want a nice little sizzle when they go in. We are not gonna cook these all the way done, okay? We're just trying to get a nice little crust on there so they'll be real pretty when we put the gravy on it, okay? And I'm putting in 3, even though you might think, girl, are you overcrowding your pan? No, this is not an overcrowding situation because we're not frying these pork chops. Okay, we're just browning them right now. If we were frying them, you're absolutely right, baby, and I'm very proud of you for knowing that we don't overcrowd our pot, our skillet. But that's all we're doing today. Today we're just getting them browned. Now, normally, I will say, save your fat. You know, anybody tell you to get rid of your fat, keep that negativity out of your life. But this particular situation, we got a little too much for what we need. I left a couple of tablespoons in there, and I might use a little bit more, but you know, we'll see. First thing we're gonna do, okay, I want one more. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add some flour to this to start a little roux going, okay? Just a little smidge of flour because we're not gonna make this a real thick one. It's up to you, honestly, how thick you want the gravy to be, okay? If you want it to be super thick, then by all means, add as much flour as your heart desires. Just make sure you got the liquid to match it, okay? I'm doing about a tablespoon here or so. I don't want it to go too much. And all we're letting this do is have the flour absorb the fat. Now, if you need a little more fat, because we say, oh, you know what? I think I want a little bit more of that pork chop grease. This is all you gotta do. Just a little bit more of that there. Get that little spoon of white. We'll take one, or a little bit of gravy. That's all we need. A little bit of flour, rather. All right, I'm gonna whisk. Oh, y'all, that was hot. I didn't think that through, did I? Here we go. Woo. Now there's another tip, network. If you're cooking with metal, be careful. All right, that looks good. Now we're gonna deglaze this pan. You guys know the first thing I'm gonna use to deglaze. Oh yeah, some white wine. I'm using a Sauvignon Blanc. I really like cooking with Sauvignon Blanc because the flavor is just beautiful. It's light, not too heavy, but it's just absolutely delicious. And this process of deglazing the pan, which is getting everything up, you'll find that the alcohol cooks off. And now we're gonna add some water, which is gonna be the basis for our chicken broth. Okay, see that? There's our water. Let me feel this now. Okay, I can touch it now. Look at that. See how that's coming together? Now I'm gonna put in some better than bouillon because I'm gonna use that to make my chicken broth, basically. This is just the flavoring, or like a chicken broth concentrate. Okay, there we go. And what we're gonna do is just give this a swirl, a whisk, until it continues to come together and gets thicker like we want it to be. Once we're happy with the thickness of it, we're gonna add the pork chops back in, cover it up, and let them finish doing what they do. Now, I love the way this gravy's coming together, but I'm gonna make it a little thicker. So what I'm gonna do is take some of this water I have, put some flour in it, give it a whisk, and add it. It's best to do it this way because if you try to put the flour directly in there and the heat and the boiling, it'll separate and it will not look like you want it to look, okay? And then let's give her one more little drop of this white wine. And then let's season it with some more of that Level Up. Just so that the entire flavor is consistent through our whole dish. I'm gonna turn that heat down a little bit and give this a taste. See if I like the direction we're going in. And if I do, which I suspect I will, I hope I will, we're gonna find out in a minute, we'll add our pork chops back. Y'all, I think Aunt gonna like this. I do. Now we're gonna put the pork chops back in, just like this. You know, I call this pork chops and gravy, but it's more like smothered pork chops. But you can call it whatever you want it. Just call it good and call me when it's time to eat, you know? And we're gonna let this sit in here, and these pork chops are going to finish cooking in this gravy. Put this in here, let everything cook together on a low simmer until everything is nice and soft. Well, the chops, you know, they really are more smothered than they are pork chops and gravy, but look, they have sat, they have done their thing, and I'm ready for Unc to come in here and get a taste. Now, y'all, he's for real. Oh, Lord, it's the moment of truth, fam.
Hey, check this out. Did somebody say Unc?
I did, I sure did. Okay, now, I'm gonna put this one over here. Let me get the spoon for you. I'm gonna put it over here for you. This is literally feels like when I used to give my daddy something on my, you know what I mean? And I want to see how you want some more?
No, come on. Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to do it right.
I'm trying to figure out how come we don't have no rice.
Oh, Lord.
Where's the mashed potatoes?
Oh, you ain't asked me to make you dinner. Yeah, you just was the chop. Next time, though, I'm going to get you.
This is what I noticed. Look, watch this. When you pick this up.
What'd it do?
You see that right there? Kind of like got that little wobble in there. Yeah. That tell me, you know a little bit something about the degree.
Now, come on, this that Calibama cooking. You know, my mama from the South.
Look, you know, I know that bone come here, does that little up and down this way.
You know you're going to try to suck that bone, ain't you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hey, but you know what? I don't understand. What did you mean try? And you know what? I don't know if I want to really use them words like that. You know what
I'm
saying? I'm going to go ahead and eat the meat and the gristle up off of the bone. Hey, I don't even know if bone is cool. Hey, you know what? Let me pause.
Watch the podcast, okay? Just go back and watch the podcast and you'll understand.
Hey, I'm not finna over talk it. I'm finna judge.
Okay.
I told everybody, this is how you know it's right. If it don't almost make you cough, you know, until you put it in, like ooh, if it don't jolt your taste buds.
Thank you. All right, like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to keep watching because it's always a good time and it's always some good food right here. Take care. I'm not gonna over talk it.
Peace.